Okay, thank you. Okay, so subliminal versus direct marketing. You may wonder, why are you talking about that when we're talking about Google? Well, I'll tell you that in a moment. Basically, subliminal versus direct marketing, everything we've been talking about for social media has been subliminal marketing. So that's what social media is. It's all about subliminal marketing. I like to position it that way. It's almost like seeing the popcorn hidden inside the movie. You're on social media and it's all subliminal. But what is Google? Google is actually direct marketing. Google is very much direct marketing and versus subliminal marketing for social media. So on social media, you're trying to be trusted. You're trying to spin a story. You're putting it out there bit by bit. We have a communications calendar we've talked about in the past. Whereas with Google, you are being searched for, and with the right keywords, you come up. That's why I wanted to share with you how important it is to understand how to leverage your Google listing. So even though, don't forget the subliminal is very important. They talk about the power of subliminal and how it helps people make their decisions. So don't throw out your social media activity that you've started and you've done well because of this conversation. This is another piece that we need to add, and many of us forget about it. So I'm going to focus on Google in this little webinar, and I have it recorded because I hear a lot of people coming and going, so I'm not sure if some more people are having issues with listening or being able to hear. So you've gone through your 9-step process for social media. I suggest you think about your 9-step process for your Google as well. What's your purpose for Google itself? Knowing that people are doing a direct search. So if you have a community event that you have and you want to showcase your people at them, that's not a direct search kind of thing, right? So what is your purpose online? What are the key words? Who's your target audience for Google? And this platform we're talking about in this case is Google, and how will you measure success? And I'm going to show you some examples of some of my clients that I work with. So for digital marketing and for in general, I always suggest you create your strategy. But one of the things that I've been adding recently, and I don't think we did that when we were together a few years ago, was claim your Google place. It's really important to claim your Google place and then post to it. Your communications calendar needs to have at least once a week a post to Google. At least once a week. You can upload videos, you can upload a photo, you can upload whatever it is that you need to. If you have some sales coming up, that you seasonal things that come up, put that on Google. And why is that? When they do a search on Google, your post comes up with your results. It's very critical. I'm finding anyone now, all my clients that I've actually been posting on Google for them for free, this is all for free, once a week, they are being found on Google more and more, and it's more strategic. So I'm thrilled with this. So I'm going to show you, again, your whole plan. Why would Google, like who would search for you on Google? It's direct marketing, not subliminal like our friend, like social media. So think of your calendar, your current communications calendar. What from that should you once a week put on Google? That's what I really want you to think about. If you can leave with this from this meeting with one thing, and that one thing is, okay, once a week, I have this one post that I'm going to put on Google. I'll show you how to do that. So add Google to your communications calendar. There's a ton of things you can do on Google. The one I'm talking about here right now is this one here, Google My Business, the one that's right in the middle here, Google My Business. So if you're not on Google, you go to Google and you search for Google My Business. It tells you to start. You put in your company's name and you claim your company. You probably have all done that. That means that you come up on the Google map. You can claim multiple locations or one. And then what you're able to do is post to your location. And so, for example, you've been strategic on LinkedIn. You've got your profile. You have videos that you put up. You create articles. We know that you've been strategic on LinkedIn. We've talked about that. You know, you decide what do you want to look like on LinkedIn. What's your cover? Well, now it's time to be strategic on Google as well. Decide on your keywords and claim your listing, and it's going to help. So once you've claimed your listing on Google, when you're on, so what I suggest is you create a Gmail. And I've talked about this before. Create a Gmail account that runs your Google World. It will run your YouTube. It'll run your Google Ads. It'll run your Google listing. So once you have a Google listing and you come to that Gmail account, you'll find these dots, and you come here to My Business. That's where you'll find your listing. Okay, so if you haven't claimed it, this won't show up. When you claim it, this will show up in those dots. And then what happens when you click on it, you're going to see all these interesting things. What are these? It's going to show you your past week's views on Google. It's going to show you how many search results you've shown up in. It's going to show you the actions people have taken. And this is all free. This is why I really like this. It's all free. And it's easy to remember to put in a post. I'll show you why it's easy. So this would be this one actually is my Google page. I wasn't sure whose it was. It was mine. How do I know it was mine? Because I'm seeing my post that I put in earlier. And so this post shows up. If someone searched for me, they would not only see my information that I've added to my Google listing, but they're also going to see, which would be Sophie Andrell, Digital Marketing Services, but they will also see my latest post. That's what's critical for you, is to see your latest post. What's really cool, when you log in to this little thing, My Business, and you see your information, when you scroll down, you'll also see businesses like yours, what they are posting. So that's really cool, that you can also see what other people are posting in your same business, that Google thinks are your same business. So you can get some good information as how to post well. So this is a client of mine called Quartha TV and Stereo. So when he logs in, or when I log in for him to his, when I click on this, Google My Business, I log in for him, I see this. Home, post, info, insights. So the dashboard is what you're seeing here. We're on home. It's going to show me my past week's performance. He's a retail store, so obviously he has more views than someone like myself who's a B2B person. And it shows you his last post. These posts, when you put them up, they expire in 7 days. They won't be there forever. They're only there for 7 days. So when you go clicking on your home, you see what your latest post was. You click on create post, you can create another one. What also is nice here, what I've started doing for all my clients on a weekly basis, is I go in and I create a post. I also, once a week, I reply to one review, because we had a ton of reviews on here, just like you do on Facebook and just like you do on other places, and we weren't replying. So we reply to these reviews, because that also shows Google that you are responsive. And what do I do when I reply? I use keywords. And this is where it comes back to the keywords we talked about. So what am I talking about in this post that I put up? We are your local appliance store outlet. People don't realize that this company called Kawartha TV and Stereo actually also sell appliances. So I try to put that in there when I do a post from time to time, that we also sell appliances. So I do that. You can put up your own photos. I think you guys already knew that. But the key to this, you take one thing away, is post to Google once a week. And what happens is, why did I say it was easy to manage? Is Google actually, you know that email I told you about? If you have one email that manages all of your Google, your Google World, it sends you an email letting you know, hey, your post is about to expire, or hey, you have another. This was because we were all signing in that day, or someone just sent you a review. It all comes back to this one email. So in your process, what you might want to do is, whoever is accountable for this one post a week and reviewing your reviewing your reviews, yes, is to go have them check this email on a weekly basis and they click on here. It takes them right to the place where they can post. That's what I really like about it. When you click on here, it takes them right to the place where you post. If you click here where it says review, it takes you right to where you want to reply to that review. So it's a lovely little ability. It makes it easy to manage yourself on Google, and I don't know if you can see over here, Google Analytics, everything to do with my Google world comes back to this one email for them. So I click on here, create my post. This comes up. You're able to create just a regular post with words. You only have 300 words here. You can add a button. Oh my goodness, I absolutely love this. So you can add a button, which would be learn more. So you can link it back to your website. So if you remember anything about some of the best practices we talked about at one point, how to improve your SEO is to use your keywords, obviously on your website, but when you have something linking back to your website that also uses those keywords, for example, we want people to know that they sell smart TVs at liquidation prices, and then I put in a button linking back to that page on their website that talks about smart TVs at liquidation prices. So then when someone is searching for sales or smart TVs in their catchment area, they come up. It's powering your website through your Google listing. It's a really powerful thing that a lot of us aren't doing, and it's all free. And then, like I said, when you log into your Google listing, on the side here, it has insights. So you got home, you got posts, info. That's where you put all your information, your cover, your logo, your content, team pictures, exterior pictures. But insights is what this is. This insights I really like. I like to make sure it shows you where your searches are coming from, if people search directly or if they were through keywords. It shows you what they did on your site when they got on this Google listing. Did they call you? Did they look for directions? And where are the people from? So where did they come from? So it's a nice little tool that's free to use that we really want to take advantage of because it helps your SEO in a fabulous way. I've been giving seminars all summer long, again, to various clients, and there are very few people using this Google listing properly. So I thought that's why I was suggesting to Daphne, I'd be delighted if you guys started using it as well. So here's another client of mine. They're knock on wood. And what we do here is we want people to know that they have interior design team members. So that's their latest post that I put out there. Interior design team members, 430 views, and that had only been up. I remember at that point that had only been up for a few days at that point. Very, very fabulous, So I didn't pay for it, and it really makes a difference. So I just wanted to share that with you, and you can see the photos. This shows up. So when someone searches for you, it shows up on the map, and this shows up there. So let me just show you. If I unshow, and I go to the map. So I'm on the map now. I search for Kawartha TV in stereo. This is the map that comes up, and you can see these are the posts that I showed you earlier that I had put up there 3 days ago, 2 days ago. I do it a little bit more often than once a week for these guys, and it makes a big difference. They've found already it's been making a big difference, and somehow it's increased the number of reviews we're getting as well. We're getting more reviews, and positive reviews on this front. So I really, that was an interesting outcome. I didn't expect that. So another thing you want to remember is, as I said, it'll show you if you have a new review. We were ignoring the reviews in many of our clients. So now once a week we do a post, plus we review the reviews. And what you want to do is when you do the reviews is use your keywords again. Indicate, thank them, use their first name as you would in any review, and then indicate the things you want people to know about you. In this case, he's a local company, locally owned, locally operated. His biggest competitors obviously would be people who are shopping online from Amazon or people that are going to a large company. But he wants people to know that he's locally owned, locally operated, and that he's got great people. And so those are the kind of things we reply with. And I probably should have said something about one of their products too, but I didn't in this one. So this one is mine. I'm B2B, so I don't have a, what I've done is mine just says Peterborough area. I don't want people showing up at my address without an appointment. So as you can see for these clients, they are retail, so they have addresses. In my case, it just has a city. So you have that flexibility. In your cases, you may or some cases not want your address out there. You just want your catchment area. You can do that with your Google listing. So this would be one of my latest posts. And again, I put photos in there that show the kind of work that I do. So the photos reflect what I want people to see and find when they find me. And again, these would be my results that I see when people find me. So the power of the listing, another thing you want to think about for your Google listing is the photos you put in there. So answer posts, add a post once a week. Answer the reviews that are on there. And then think of the photos that are on there. When you go into your Google listing, it allows you to put in photos of, and it says interior, exterior, products. So you put all of those things in there, and that becomes also a part of your listing. That doesn't show it, so people have to search for it. It becomes part of your listing. Your posts will show up when they're doing search results, which I really think is the most powerful thing. So one of the things that you can now do on your Google listings are also 360 tours. So it's something that gives you more SEO power if you put in a 360 tour. So on these tours, if I end show and I go to a 360 tour, let's just see. I know I'll just go to Knock on Wood because we did their 360 tour. Knock on Wood, Peterborough. So Knock on Wood, Peterborough is a company in town, and you can see their post isn't coming up. So the post I put up there expired, so I need to go back in there and put that post in there. When we looked at 4th of TV in stereo, you saw a post right here. That's because I had put that post in there just a couple of days ago. This one I had put it in there over 7 days ago, so it doesn't show up on their results. So it's a good idea to do it once a week, and I'm obviously not doing what I said I should here. But we have added all sorts of beautiful interior photos to it. So you can see photos by owner. These are photos that I've taken for them, and we've added them. I've logged in as them to show off their photos. Prior to that, we didn't have photos, so it was kind of a disservice to this gorgeous company. So adding photos is important. Now, 360 views, what do I mean by that? So you can also add 360 walkthroughs. That's something that we offer now as a company as well. It's kind of fun. My husband does that. I know a lot of you are family-owned companies, as we are. So my company includes myself and my husband and Trent University interns. And what he's been able to do is go in and put 360 photos into a lot of our clients. What I like about these 360 photos is, one, you put them into Google, and when it sees you have 360 photos, it gives you higher SEO than if you don't. And two, what it does is you can use this 360 photo on your social media, on your Facebook specifically. So it kind of gives you the SEO you want. So this is Knock on Wood. We happen to have a dining set sale that starts today. But if I scroll down, you'll be able to see these 360 photos are also on their site. Sorry, on their Facebook. So I just went the wrong way. Apologize. So there we go. So it helps engage. They say that if you can get businesses or people engaging with your listing on Google, which would mean through a 360 photo, or on Facebook, they are more likely to trust you and want to experience face-to-face with you. So 360 photos is another thing that you may want to think about for your listing. And again, you can repurpose them. Another thing we do is 360 walkthroughs, where you can actually walk through the location. It ends up showing up on your 360 view. So someone can actually walk through it. I'm not sure how many of you would want to have walkthroughs. You probably only need the 360 photo. A 360 photo in the in the front, a 360 photo in some of the locations. A walkthrough is sometimes overkill, I'm finding. So I'm not sure if I need to go through this, the Google Ads. if you have something that people are actually searching for, you can go to your Google AdWords, and it's a Google tool that allows you for free to search for your keywords. And you're able to see how often are people actually searching for what you think they search for on your website. How often are they searching for it? So now that you've got some great information on your Google listing, it's got some posts once a week, you've got the photos you want people to find, you've been updating your reviews. Now what you want to make sure is, okay, are the keywords that they're searching for, how often are they searching for your keywords? Hopefully you've already done this. Many of you already have. You've gone through and you've decided what your keywords are, and you're using them in your posts. So you're already using them in your posts. You're able to go to this Google tool and see how often they're searching for it. But what I like about it is you can narrow to exactly the cities you want to know about. So it may not just be the world. You may want just to know those people around Ottawa, or maybe those people, around a specific city in Alberta. How often are they searching for your words? So you can see here, you can narrow down to these specific cities and how often they're searching for it. So you can actually go in and put in a location on a map and how often they're searching for it in these words. And then if you want, you can actually go in and say, okay, I'm going to pay $20 a day to try and get in front of those people. And it'll tell you, okay, for $20 a day, you're going to get 2,000 impressions for 43 clicks. So you can decide if that's something you want to do. And then what this is you create a Google ad. So it's not the organic search results. So all I've been talking about up to here has been free. Your organic search results, making sure that you come up, if you're Google listing, that's you're helping your organic, your free search results by adding posts, adding words, adding photos. It's all your free search results. But say you want to also have an ad, and then that becomes a Google AdWords. And in the Google AdWords, you can actually just search for the keywords, not buy an ad, but just search for the keywords so that you're using the right words, or you can go the distance and actually create an ad. I have some clients that ads are good for them. I have some clients that ads are bad for them. So the ads are good for one of my clients. He's a waterfront cottage. So his ads are fabulous. People are searching for waterfront cottages in the cities he likes to sell to. So that's fantastic. Another person I have, she's a coffee bakery in a coffee shop in Buckhorn Lake, for example. So hers are horrible because people aren't actually saying, I want to know where a coffee shop is in Buckhorn and I live in Toronto. For her, we're using subliminal messaging on Facebook, and we're doing a lot better with our dollars than we could ever do on Google. So you need to do a comparison. This is a little bit out of sorts. This should have been earlier. This is the Google 360 tour. You can see there's arrows here. The arrows meant that they could walk through the location. I'm not going to show you that. So I know that was a very short. I went very quickly on that one because it's a topic that I don't think I need to complicate for you. I think it's short, it's sweet, but it has a lot of power to it. You need to think about your direct marketing and how you can leverage Google by using the free posts that Google has. So think of the things you're doing here. How can you repurpose it to your Google? So what I do is I go into some of my clients, and so for example, I could go into earlier today. I went into Kawartha TV and Stereo because we have a blowout Samsung sale going on right now. And what I did was I stole the words that I put here, and I went to my to its Google listing. So I went to my Google listing, and I went to create a post. So I'm right in the Gmail account that comes in from Google. Clicked on create a post. I have a number of them that I manage. So this is the one I meant to go to, Kawartha TV and Stereo Analytics one. And here I'm able to add a post if I want to. It's that simple. You just simply go in, you add a photo or a video, you say what you want to say down here, and this is what I love is the optional button where they can learn more, book online, buy, learn, sign up, get an offer. So that links them back to the URL you put in there. It's a really fabulous way to link Google back to your site. So if I look at the latest post that I did for these guys this morning, we can see that it's a video here with learn more. I'll make that a little bit bigger. So I had created a video for them earlier today, or yesterday, I suppose. And whoops, my screen, where did it go? There it is. So I just created this video for them. I put it on Facebook. They've put it out on a newsletter, but now we're also finally adding them to Google. And when we click on see more, they actually go back to the website. So it's very powerful, and I have it landing on the page that talks about all of their sales that they have on their televisions right now. So I can't talk more about it, I think, because you'll be bored, but this is really useful for you. So I think I'm going to try and take it out of mute and see if there are any questions. Daphne, can you still hear me? Maybe Daphne's on mute. But okay, everybody. Well, I hope you enjoyed that quick review of Google listings. I really hope that you, whoever is in charge of your communications, that you share with them the power of leveraging your Google listing and start posting to it as well. You're going to find the returns are very effective right now. Okay, well, thank you very much, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.